My name is Brandon Moultrie, and this video is for my assessment project video presentation, in which I have chose to use Plickers, the device and recording analyst system, into the gym and physical education world, specifically for sports, games, rules, and diagnostics. This is a perfect example for kids and students who are maybe of the special education world, because it allows me to record each student and know who is processing the information correctly, and at what rate. Okay, I think that any teacher can use it to reinforce any information given to the child, as maybe an exit ticket, or or a do now, in which you are recalling information in the beginning of the class that you have previously stated and went over with your students. I think that it will help students because it's keeping them accountable of processing the information that you give them, and it allows you to dictate where children are weak, and dictate where the children are strong at when based on the questions that you ask them. I think that it's important to keep them responsible and keep them on the up and up about rules, on games, and how to play them. But you could also use them in an English and a math classroom. If you're going, like I said, when you're doing do nails and exit tickets, so that they recall information and process information that you give them, and not just lose it. So I specifically am going to use my presentation based on after certain students have learned the basic movements of the game. The game will be volleyball. After they learn how to hit the ball and how to basically, the motions of the game, then they would be able to then be tested on their knowledge of the game. Eventually, I want them to at least have the basic knowledge of the game, in which they can play it either in their backyard or maybe play for a recreational team, high school team, etc. In order to do this, my questions will grow from basic to non-basic, to keep them on track, and they will mix this with their playing of the actual game at the same time after we review. Therefore, they not only is going over the information, but they're actually seeing the information firsthand within their game. Like I said, there's many examples that you can use for this assessment. For example, if I was teaching a child how to dribble, I would tell them that you put your palm and your fingertips on the ball and that you dribble without turning it over. Okay? If I would then teach them the importance of where the out of bounds is in basketball, I would then ask them a question like, where is the out of bounds line? What is considered the sideline? What is considered the baseline? And then with the clicker, they have cards in which they could tell me A, B, or C, or D based on the options that I give them. I could take a picture with my phone, scan the room, and I would then get the data on my phone or computer to process it to see who is following me. Before I start, Plickers is very easy. You go on the website, you create an account, you create a classroom. You can download it on. You definitely download it on your phone if you want to be portable, or any portable device that you may have. You set up your classroom, you put in the names, you put in the assignments, you put in the actual questions that you ask. Okay? And for my presentation, my questions will result in where is the boundary lines on the volleyball court. It will be what are 2 different types of serves that you can use. My questions will be what is the number that you must reach to win the game, and what is the stipulation. All right, and also I would implement net rules, like when are you or if ever allowed to touch the net. All right, so if I am the teacher, this is how my assessment will go. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, Mr. Moultrie. All right, today we will be taking the next step in our volleyball lesson. What I would like to do is let's recall what we went over last class. Can anybody tell me where's the boundary line and out of bounds line during volleyball? Yes. It is the black line that surrounds the court. Yes. Excellent answer. All right. Now, I would like to tell you what else we would like to do. Is there do you start before the black line, out of bounds, on the black line, or in front of the black line when inbounded? Yes. You would start in front of it. No. Yes. You would start on top of the black line. No. Yes. You will start behind the black line. Yes. When you serve, make sure that you're behind the black line when serving the other team. Okay? Question. Give me 2 different types of serves. Yes. You can serve underhand and you can serve overhand. Correct. Behind the black line, you can serve underhand using the palms of your wrist, bound, or you can serve overhand in which you throw it forehead level and smack it. All right? That's good. That's really good. All right? Now, what does the volleyball game go to? Yes. 25. That's correct. But what is the stipulation? Okay? Can a score be 25-24? No. Why? You have to win by 2. Exactly. In order to win the game, a team must win by 2 or more when reaching the 24 5-point goal. After 25, they must win by only 2. Yes. So a score can never be 28-25. Why? Because that means they won by 3 points after 25. Yes. We're looking after 25, you only can win by 2 points. All right? So, we have our volleyballs, let's play. So, at this point in the assessment, the students are actually playing. You're playing a full game to whatever number you would like, 10, 15, 25. And you want to coach them along the way, remind them of things. After the game, they all sit down. Okay? You have your cards with your answer sheets on them, the A, B, C, D. All right? You hand it to each student. All right? It would be highly advised to laminate your cards. So you give it to them, and they all have it. So then, you would say, you will go over the questions that you already went through. All right. Do you inbound from behind the line, A, on top of the line, B, in front of the line, C, doesn't matter, D? Then you take your phone, use the app, they all put the answers up, boop, 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 boop. Next question. Does a volleyball game goes to 25, 22, 18, 15? Take the answers. They all put the A's, B's, C's, and D's up. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Then you further on go with your questions of, is there any time you're allowed to touch the net? It could be, A could be only when up by 2. B could be only when down by 2. C could be at any time during the game. D could be never. The answer would be D, you're never allowed to touch the net. But you go over with your phone, boop, 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 boop. All right? Also, you can have questions referring to, can a score be 25 to 18? A, yes. B is no. They put it up. Can a score be 103 to 101? Boop, boop, boop. That's how you will get the data. All this data that you collecting on your phone will then come to your computer and your phone, and you can go through it, and you will see which child. You will first see how many students got the correct answer. You will see what answers the students actually picked, A, B, C, or D. Then you will see how many got the correct answers right, and then you will see who got the answers right and wrong. From there, you will know that your exit ticket, your due now for the next class may need to be these same questions, or you may be able to move on to the next basic step. Okay? I think this would be helpful for especially special education kids, because it will help them if they're going over it and then they're playing it. They have that's 2 different types of learning methods. So I'm teaching you, I'm letting you do it and be hands-on on it, and then I'm going over it with you in a game type fashion that you can enjoy with multiple options. Okay? I think it will be a good game for any sport. I chose volleyball. All right? This is my formal assessment project. You have a good night.